April is here, and I have another Monday to share with you some great things as it relates to you, your leadership staff, and the vision that God has given you. It is always the motive of these Monday calls to provide motivation to help you accomplish those things that I believe and you believe that God has given you. And so I want to share at least three things that I believe that should be important as it relates to the month of April. We are already in the second quarter, and so we want to make sure that as we are going after vision and trying to accomplish those things that God has put to our hands, that we have some kind of strategy, some kind of formula. Yes, you got the Holy Ghost, but we want to make sure that you're not functioning in the Holy Ghost. We want to make sure that there are strategic things that you are able to apply. I was in a leadership conference years ago with Dr. R.A. Vernon, and he shared these three principles that I have been structuring my ministry teams around, and they have been very, very helpful. And I want to share those things with you today, that if you want to develop a good team, and let me say this, for every leader, it is not just what you accomplish as a leader alone, but it's those team people that are around you to help accomplish those things that God has given you. If there's nobody working with you, nobody following you, then likely you are not going to get the most success out of your vision and your energies. You need to make sure that when God has called you to something great, that you're surrounding yourself with people to help carry out those things at hand. I talk to people a lot, and they share with me, hey, Pastor, I got a personal ministry. I said, all right, well, explain how you staff your personal ministry, or explain how you staff your church. And they either don't have anybody in certain positions, or they don't have certain positions that matter. And so we want to make sure that we provide, again, some kind of goal setting for that. There are three things that you want to look at when you're bringing people into your team. Number one, you want to find competent people. Again, you want to find competent people. You want to find people who know what they're doing. Not people you have to always train, but you want to find people who know what they're doing. They're good at communication. They are good in the area of administration, of paperwork, of filing. They're good at being a scribe and taking what you're saying and writing it down. You want to make sure that as you are putting people in your team, that you put people in places where they are competent. They know what they're doing. I'm from the old school church, and in the old school church, if they had a need, they just put you in a place where you can meet a need, whether that was to play drums, or whether that was to clean up, or whether you became Sunday school superintendent. They put you at a place to where you were willing, so you did it. But in order for your company, your corporation, your church, your ministry, your business to get where it needs to go, you want to start staffing people and giving them particular assignments where they are competent. They don't have to know everything, but they should know at least one thing to where they can help accomplish your vision, your plan, your dreams, your desires. They have to be competent people. And then secondly, they need to be character people. How often vision crumbles because they're gifted and they're very knowledgeable, but yet when it comes to being a character person, if they're not a character person, that means they're a liar. That means they're not credible. That means they live private and secret lives. And let me say this, that a lot of times people will back away from you when they see what you endorse or who you endorse. And so you want to make sure that those people increase their level of character. They want to make sure that even though they don't know who's watching them or who they're watching, somebody's watching them. It is an amazing thing that as God starts to make your name great, He starts giving you visibility. You are putting out Facebook posts, and you are doing commercials or doing advertisements. The more you go after the world, or the more you expose yourself to the world, the more your circle starts getting smaller. And so you'll go places where you think you know absolutely no one, and somebody will know you. And just because they don't always come up and greet you, it doesn't mean nobody's watching you. And so find people who function in character. They are the same person in public that they are in private. They're going to help your visions come to pass as well. Again, if you have the wrong endorsement, you will end up missing out on the right doors, because people are watching what you endorse and who you endorse. Firstly, again, you have to have competent people. Secondly, you have to have people that are high in character. But then thirdly, you have to have chemistry people. It is amazing that I'm finding that we have so many gifted people in the world and even in ministry, that they are so gifted that they can't work with anybody. They're so gifted that they know what to do, and they can't receive from anybody but their particular people or whatever. And then I have some people, even over the years on my staff, they were good at working alone or working with me directly, but they couldn't take advice or instruction from other people, and so they were not good chemistry people. You want to make sure that you manage that. It's kind of like, and I share with pastors all the time, it's kind of like having a sheepdog, and the sheepdog is connected to you to be an extension of you to help you guide and lead. But if the sheepdog continues to eat the sheep, then you won't have anyone to lead. So sometimes, in order for you to keep your sheep, you have to sometimes shoot your dog. And the reality is that you have to lose those people that are around you that are hindering your flow as it relates to leading an entire group of people. You can't micromanage just one person or give one person in your staff all the attention. They have to make room for other people that are coming. They have to make sure that they're not going to always get their way. Sometimes you have to trust somebody else's plan. And even if it's not the best at that time, we have an opportunity to learn as a team. And so you'll find that if they are a chemistry person, they talk more about we and about us. But then if they're not, they talk about I and about my. They make sure that they get attention. They make sure that they get credit. And most times that's because there's a spirit of pride that's in operation and they are not functioning with chemistry. Let me say this, that if you want your vision to come within reach, and we'll share that at the end of the month to help you and give you some more tips for that. But if you want it to come within reach, find you some competent people. They don't have to know everything. They just need to know something. Find competent people. And then secondly, find character people. After they get done being anointed, after they get done being gifted, do they have character? Do they have integrity? That's what you need to find. Do they keep their word? Are they timely people? Are they integral people? Do they tell secrets? Do they gossip? You want to find character people to make sure that those things aren't infecting those things that you're trying to accomplish. And then thirdly, you want to make sure that you find chemistry people that blend with each other, because we have so much to do, so much to accomplish. We don't want the team to stop us. We want them to help us maximize those things that God has put in our hand. We'll talk to you again next Monday. Have a great day.